Tell us about how do you transition from being the guy that created the software to being the guy that manages the people that are maintaining the software and innovating it and doing the next version of it. What are some things you've had to overcome in order to become a leader rather than a doer?
Sure. Yeah, that's a great question, Dan, and I think there's a lot there. Intuitively, when we started down that path of building teams, I think a lot of that was focused on hiring the right people. Seeing and we'd have a real rigorous kind of hiring process, and we've put together a great team. So that actually I think gave us some leeway to for me not to necessarily execute on that perfectly. You get great, surround yourself with great smart people, and that's a huge benefit. But then as we're building a larger team, we started to put a lot of thought into how to do that properly. And one thing when you're on the keyboard and writing a lot of software, you could kind of set a standard for what the software should look like, how it should work, because you're so down there in the weeds and you're talking about code with at that time a smaller team every day. So a lot of kind of on the job training there. But then I think as the team grew, there's the next level of that is kind of how do you create standards for that engineering organization, and then how do you build those into processes. And code lent itself really well to having some pretty not rigid but pretty well defined processes. There's you write code, it gets checked into the code repository, a senior engineer reviews it. You've got standards that you're looking at to make sure that the code is written up to our quality standards. We have automated tests that run, thousands of automated tests to make sure that we haven't broken something. So you can build out a really good process to make sure that we're maintaining quality and still moving quickly and efficiently and building software. So that I think was a lot of the transition. So a lot of my energy and time went into building those kind of higher level standards processes, and got to give a lot of props to our engineering team on that. That was very much a group effort, and they stepped up as we kind of matured as an engineering organization to put all of those things into place.
This is Lead Different.
Subscribe now. Discover a new era of leadership. Lead different because great leaders change the world.